This is Chris Shepard, and this is my video on the Teacher Liability Protection Act for my school law class for spring semester 2011 for Hayes State University. The Teacher Liability Protection Act actually came around and started getting talk back in the late 1980s. It wasn't until December 2001, though, that Congress, under the leadership of President George Bush, actually passed the act. The design of the act is basically to protect teachers from any responsibility, any kind of liable suit, anything that may cause a teacher to be have any liability on some issues such as grading, suspension, expulsion, discipline of students, anything that could be conceived that possibly a parent could sue either the teacher, the school district, etc. This act was designed to protect teachers from being liable for any said actions in cases like that. The act is actually helpful. It protects you, the teacher, and actually it protects the school system from things like grading errors, discipline problems, recommended suspensions, or any irregularities that can be considered a conflict of interest. Conflict of interest, more or less, meaning the student would go home, for example, and say teacher X did this, something that could be considered by a possible professional standards commission to be a infraction that could cost a teacher their license. The Teacher Liability Protection Act would protect the teacher and actually assist the teacher in this matter, and would keep the teacher from actually being liable and from being sued up to the point of possibly losing their license. There have been some problems with it. No states have actually enacted the act. This is still up in the air. While it has been passed by Congress and is an act, no states have actually enacted it. And some of the causes for states not enacting the act are amounts and limits on damages, amount limits on legal costs. The questions are of what is actually covered and how would the local districts actually enforce the act. The Teacher Liability Act is actually a good act, and it's something that should be, hopefully will be one of these days in Georgia, enacted to protect teachers from certain just almost basic mistakes to where the teacher is made liable and ultimately accountable, up to the point where I've seen it even here in Georgia where teachers have lost their job. This act would protect them from that, and is something that hopefully we can get passed and get the states to enact and use it.